What's up, crew? Welcome back to Libertalia Games Play. We got a little rebuild of the Tellarknight deck profile that I had posted up last week. Basically, I just wasn't sitting right with me that the main focus of the deck was around a 3-of that was unsearchable in the deck, so the 3 Sheraton. As you can see, I'm trying it now with just the 1 copy of Sheraton, and then the focus of the deck leaning way heavier into the rank 4 spam just to try to fill the board, because most of your combo is essentially the same, whether you open the Sheraton or you open just an extender plus a Tellarknight. You can pretty much do the same combos. So I think it'll just be more consistent that way. I also changed some of the ratios here. So Deneb went down to 2, could potentially go to 1. Altair went down to 2, Anouk went up to 2, and then the rest stayed the same. The 1 Vega, the 3 Lyran, the 1 Altairan. I switched out the AlSam for the Sirius because the Sirius is definitely the better card between the 2 of them. I just had a soft spot for AlSam. But this deck combos so heavy and burns through so many resources that being able to Sirius late in combo 1 or early in combo 2 to reset your deck a little bit is definitely worth it. Just worth throwing the 1-of in there. And then, like I mentioned, the Sheraton is down to 1 now, with Caduceus going up to 3, so they just kind of reverse spots. Reason being, Caduceus is a level 4 free special summon, essentially, and Sheraton is a level 3 that requires the Twinkle in order for it to operate as anything within the deck apart from a Searcher. I'm not fully prepared to cut the Twinkle yet, because I really like that you can double Twinkle to make 2 level 5s and make that Pleiades. I just don't know that that's really worth keeping it in here for, so that may also end up getting cut, but that's kind of where I'm at there. And then I still wanted to play the Ice Hold combo, so we still got the 1 Renaud with the 1 Living Fossil, and then I added in the 3 Sakitama. I had a pretty good conversation with somebody in the comments last week, and ultimately they swayed me. Sakitama is just a really good level 4 free summon, essentially. It can normal summon itself as an additional normal summon. So adding the 3 Sakitama just felt, it makes sense with the way I want to take the deck going forward. And then the double Photon Thrasher, just the free special summon if you open it turn 1. So between that, we've got 5, 6, 7, 8 free summons, more or less. So you just need 1 of those 8 cards in your opening hand, plus, I guess in the case of Caduceus, something that can facilitate it, because it requires that Constellar to be on the field for it to activate its effect. But otherwise, as long as you've got some other level 4, you have pretty much the full combo from there. Hand traps I cut down a little bit, took the Nibiru's out. We're playing the Ash and the Droll. They're just the better ones. Nibiru, what I've come to see with the Nibiru is that if I go first and go full combo and put this huge board up and I have the Nibiru, it's pretty much useless without nuking my home board that took like 30% of your deck to build, so that pretty much loses you the game right there. I don't know that it's worth it unless you're for sure going second, so that was my thinking there. And then we went up to 3 Tellarknight Constellar. I cut the Monster Reborn that was in here, put in the 3rd one of these. It's just an archetype, it's searchable, it's still the Monster Reborn, plus it gives you that rank up, rank down effect, so yeah, it was fine. The triple Sky Bridge is because of the turn skip play. I was aware of it, but I hadn't really gone too much into trying to figure out how it fits into the deck. Being able to Sky Bridge away your Xyz Caduceus into one of your other guys, Altair, to summon something back, just to put 5 monsters on board to make a new Caduceus, and then rank it up into M7, and then use the Tellarknight Constellar to rank it down into Ptolemaeus and then skip the turn. It's kind of gimmicky, but I love that about this game, and so as soon as I saw it was that simple, I'm like, oh hell yeah, we gotta play for that. So triple Skybridge in there for that reason. It's pretty good at like fixing hands almost a little bit too. So if you open 2 Tellarknights that don't really facilitate that Caduceus into the rest of the combo, you can just normal summon 1, don't use its effect, Skybridge it away into the one that you need, and then combo from there. So good card. I already talked about those. The Rhoda, Called By, and yeah, the Imperm. Changes in the extra deck. I got rid of the Unicorn just because the extra deck's kind of tight here. So I will make a correction. In my combo video last week, I said that I would summon the Betlamius to discard to rank it up into the Constellar Diamond and then make the Pleiades. You can't do that. The Betlamius, when it's summoned, or when it uses its effect to summon something, You can no longer exceed summon monsters that turn, so you wouldn't be able to make the Pleiades after. That was my mistake. You would just do the regular overlay for Ptolemaeus, end phase, attach one of your Tellarknight Exceeds from the extra deck, and then on their turn, you would use its effect to rank itself up into Constellar Diamond. It actually almost works better that way, because if you go through that combo ending with the Ptolemaeus, and then you use the Pleiades that you made to detach the Alteran in order to bounce your Tellarknight Constellar back to hand, when you do the Ptolemaeus effect to make Diamond the next turn, you also get to summon back the Alteran and pop 2 cards, so that's pretty good too. Flows pretty nicely there, I like that. I added the second Deltaros back in. It wasn't in the list before, I was testing it previously because I thought you might need the second one. You don't really. What the second one is there for is essentially you're using it as the body you're attaching to Ptolemaeus at the end phase in order to do that combo. You could do it with the Triever, I suppose, but Triever's another one where you could probably cut this and make room for something else. I'm just not ready to cut it yet. Just got that. It's kind of like AlSam. I just have that soft spot. Want to keep it around for as long as I can. And then another interesting combo, I don't know, board state that I came across when looking at some other people's stuff. You can summon, you can summon the Batlamius, not use its effect, and then also summon the Diamond with the Ptolemaeus effect on the opponent's turn or whatever, and it creates like a almost like a skill drain-esque, like it makes so Batlamius makes everything dark, and then Constellar Diamond can negate dark monsters' effects. So if you summon both, get them both on the board, you now have the Floodgate making everything dark, and then you can negate a monster, whichever monster they summon, unless they get rid of your Batlamius. So that's an interesting interaction there too. Otherwise, this is pretty much the rest of it's the same. I was thinking about F-Zero. What I didn't want to do is start adding in the same combo pieces and like extra deck and like end board goals as Boojins or whatever other decks I'm going to build in the future. I want them to be a little bit more unique. Otherwise, what's the point in choosing one deck over another if you're only just choosing which deck you're using to make F-Zero with, right? And F-Zero's for me is a Boojin card. That's how it is for me at this point, so that's what we're leaving it as. But F-Zero definitely fits in this deck, as well as Chaos Angel with like a Magnum Hut Druid Swarm, Saronir, Baldrake, whichever ones you like. I'm going to test out Bysteals and Boojins, and the reason I wanted in Boojins instead is, one, that's my deck right there. Of course, I want it to be the best deck I can play. And then two, Branded Regained in Boojins is like beautiful. It's perfect. So I didn't want to waste that on this deck with Branded Regained being a lot less usable. Also, the Bysteal Lubellion it fits in there. We'll go over that on another day. But that's why that's not in there. But you could do that. Put in the Chaos Angel, put in the F-Zeros, and then put in a couple Bysteals with none of the spells or traps, just as hand traps, and it facilitates some more big monsters, big summons. So there's the update. If you got any comments or thoughts or criticisms, I'm happy to hear it. For sure, leave that in the comments down below. And I'll see you guys in a few days. We'll see what we do next. Probably won't be that Boojin deck yet. Haven't gotten back around to working on that. Been looking at some other stuff just to keep it fresh. Happy deck building. Have a good one. Bye.